Yo, what is up, guys? So today's video, I want to really talk about like the future of Dragon Ball Legends and how the new synchro gauge actually is kind of a big deal. Not even gonna lie. So okay, so the two characters that actually introduced the synchro gauge were of course Super Vegito and Gogeta Blue, and they use the synchro gauge to fuse, but there's no reason for it to limit it just to fusing. So of course they can just like make every fusing character have that gauge, but there's actually a lot of different things that they can do. So I actually have three different characters that could actually benefit from the use of a synchro gauge that before they wouldn't really be able to use that much. So for the first one I want to talk about is a multi-transformation units, but I'm mostly talking about Super Saiyan 3 Goku. I think Super Saiyan 3 would be like the perfect way to introduce that. It could be, well, to be honest, it could even be Cell, since he's the one that brought revival. It could be Frieza with all his forms. There's actually a lot of characters with it. It could be Majin Buu, but yeah, it could be a lot. But so I'm saying Super Saiyan 3 Goku because before, the idea of a multi-transformation would be like just having multiple main abilities, right? But now you could just have a main ability be one transformation, and then the synchro gauge, you have to wait. So I think like a simple way to do it, I don't even know if this can work. I don't know like if the synchro gauge is like, I'm guessing it's versatile and it's not just like a, oh, I have to like, it's only for tag characters. I'm guessing hopefully it's not for that, but so yeah, so what I'm thinking about is like when you press a main ability, maybe the synchro gauge will have, you can use it gets full after 10 timer counts after popping main ability or something like that. So for the with the main ability you transfer to Super Saiyan 2, but then with the synchro gauge, after 10 timer counts or 15, it doesn't matter, you transform into Super Saiyan 3. So I think this is like a simple way to use a mechanic, you know? Um so yeah, and for the second character, I actually really like this idea the most, and it will be Kaioken Goku. So imagine this. Maybe the synchro gauge increases every card that you use or something, or some timer count so you're in the battlefield. And then you could just, when you press it, there's a little animation of Goku just saying Kaioken. And then he increase the stats. It's like there's a mini transformation, give some cards, and that'll be so sick because then you just like transform multiple times in a game. So let's say you can only do Kaioken, like let's say this is Saiyan Saga Goku, right? He can't really do Kaioken though for the whole fight. So he does Kaioken times, just the Kaioken times 2 for like 5 seconds where it matters the most, right? So you could do it for a little bit of timer counts, then he transforms back, and then you could do it back and forth, back and forth. So that's actually I think that's like the best actual, like the actual best purpose of the synchro gauge, because you could press it multiple times. It's not just like a main ability where it's like one time or something. No, you can actually press it multiple times. And for the third one would be just having like, it just being more of a second option, you know. So what I mean by this is like, what if it's just like the synchro gauge can be used like a disruptive gauge. Like let's say if instead of Super Baby 2 having like that normal gauge, what if it had a synchro gauge, but instead you could actually, you would be able to press it mid combo if you're getting comboed, and you could just destroy maybe like a card and 30 key. But the difference is that you choose when you pop it, right? So let's say you gotta get hit like 3 or 4 times before it gets filled up. Once it's filled up, you choose when you can actually activate the effect. So I think there's a lot of play into it. It can make the game more complicated, more interesting, and not just every character feeling like so cookie cutter, you know. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. There's actually a lot of ways. I'm kind of hyped up. I don't know if they're gonna introduce any of them anytime soon though, because they have introduced some new gimmicks which they have not followed up yet. Like what happened to the Tap Blast. I actually think that gimmick was kind of lame. It actually does nothing, you know. But Indestructible and Comeback are pretty cool. So yeah, hope you enjoyed this video and peace out.